Minister Kadir Muhammad and brother student Captain Aaron Muhammad, iron will black men line the streets in every direction. I don't know if you remember when Bill Cosby made a statement talking to an audience of mostly Christians.
Yes, sir.
That he said that y'all need to be more like the FOI.
That's what he said.
The FOI, the Muslims,
Right.
going out into the community, knocking on doors, being in the streets with our people, because those are ordinary people with really the concerns. That's what the real problems is. It's amongst the people. And this is why they were threatened by Jesus, because the poor people heard him gladly.
Yes, sir.
He heard them gladly. Well, Bill Cosby, he was speaking in a lot of HBCUs that are funded by the Jewish community.
Right.
The NAACP. I was once the president of it in Homer, Louisiana. I'm finna sit down.
Teach, brother.
In Homer, Louisiana. And guess what? They told me that you can't be too revolutionary.
Right. That's what they said.
You can't be too revolutionary as the NAACP president. Because what it's going to do is anger our corporate sponsors.
That's right.
You didn't hear me? You worried about money rather than the concerns of the people. See, they know that the FOI, the MGT, love our people. They know that the Honorable Minister Farrakhan is teaching us how to love our people.
Yes, sir.
And well, if somebody brings some concerns to us, we're going to sit down and listen attentively
Yes, sir.
with an open heart and a compassionate ear to our people. And not just run through the paperwork,
Right.
hear their grievance, and then get the hell on.
Mm.
No, just the fact that you are here today has shown a lot of love to me of this brother in the back, Brother
That's
Timothy,
right.
and his work, and trying to see this community come together. Just by you being here today in the rain, against the odds of the weather, it's showing me something. Because guess what? You know something's wrong. You know something's wrong with a man like Trump in the White House. You know something wrong. But see, ain't nobody talking about it. But the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. And I'm going to sit down until Donald Trump sit down and talks with the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. His dreams and his nightmares will never be answered.
All right.
Because he's a modern Joseph in our midst. Because Pharaoh, he couldn't go to sleep. He was tossing and turning in his bed, wondering what these dreams mean. Because guess what? They don't have nothing for us to do. This is why we're fighting and killing each other. Because they don't have no occupation for us. They don't have jobs for us. There's no job. It's jobless myths. This is worse than the recession.
Come on.
So now, since the 60s, you see this rising up of black people. Once again, people are in the streets, picketing, protesting, revolting again. But this time, we can't continue what our parents did and the mistakes that they did in the 60s.
That's right.
We can't keep continuing the pattern of go along and get along.
That's right, brother.
We can't continue to keep going through the pattern of just being tickled in our ears, staging demonstrations, because a lot of them are paid actors.
Come on.
Coming out, talking about they with the people, and you see them, they out there taking pictures. Man, if you out there protesting and you really out there have a grievance, there's no camera involved with that. I don't want to take no pictures.
That's right.
because I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I need jobs, and I don't have time for no camera.
That's right.
So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, in closing, is the Christ.
Yes, sir.
And we want to put that out and press that upon your brain tonight. And until we organize, sit down, have groups like this, circles, where we can organize and mobilize amongst our people and get our problems solved.
Yes.
That's what it's called, study group.
Yes, sir.
Study group. Where we all are students.
That's right.
Where we all are learning.
Yes.
Nobody's no bigger than the next person.
No big eyes, no little U's.
See, we just came to the table before you. But we give you an opportunity to come sup with us
Praise
and
be
get
to
this
God.
knowledge too.
Come on,
where
brother.
you can have bread, the bread of life. Thank you for listening as I
you.
greet you in peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Praise be to Allah, dear brother. Brother William. Since you thought I was coming in. In the name of Allah, the magnificent, the merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, but one the messenger represents to us. And we like to say that Allah appeared in the person of Master Fraud Muhammad. And I further bear witness that the messenger of Allah who appeared in the person of Master Fraud Muhammad is none other than the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And from them two, from them two, we got what we consider a champion.
That's right.
Let me say that one more time. We got what we consider, we got one greater than Muhammad Ali in the midst of the black man and woman and poor people alike in America. And that is none other than the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And in their names, I greet you, my brothers and sisters, in the Arabic words, peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much, sir.
Oh, Brother Kurt, why you say that about Farrakhan? I'm a living witness. If not for the minister, in this era, like Jesus was in that era, to where he would put spills on the eyes of the blind. Now I can see.
Yes, sir.
Brother said Farrakhan was the Christ. You got to shake it. But the word Christ only means anointed. Anointed. Jesus was anointed 2,000 years ago. That's why he still lives today. But he said, look here, if any man shall, he didn't say no one wouldn't come after him. He said, if any man shall come after me, let him do what first? Deny himself.
Come on, soldier.
Pick up his cross and follow. He said, I must go away in order for the Comforter to be sent. And when you get around Farrakhan, if you have not been in his midst, or if you have not been under the, like Brother Williams just sit down, because he was able to look at, project the spirit and the energy of the minister, it gave you a certain level of comfort. Any teacher or student of the Honorable Minister Farrakhan who teaches out of his spirit, that energy brings you a level of comfort. And when the brothers are teaching, I guarantee you, your eyes become open to something that you weren't able to see or able to understand before sitting under the voice of one of the students of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I got one coming up. If you leave here after hearing this brother, and he has not said something to open your eyes, see me in the back, but Tim will give you $5 out of his pocket. and don't pay him back when I get bit up. But that's what it is, man. They have us, and I'm not going to be but a brief second. Jihad got to come up here and tell y'all this, bring the good news. Bring on the good news. We live in 2000. We live in an era of 2,000 years ago. That's a beautiful thing to understand Scripture back then. But we have to be able to relate it to this day and time, but it don't work for us. All right? Bethlehem is still over there in Palestine, right outside of Palestine, where Jesus was so-called born in Bethlehem. That area, that place still exists. And look what the American government is doing to it today. Right? Right today. They're still trying to hope that Jesus don't come out of there, but it says, look here, as the light shines from the what?
The east into the west.
East. Until so shall the what?
Coming the Son of Man.
They looking in the wrong place. Hey, without further ado, let me bring my brother, Jihad Muhammad, one of the champions of the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, and let's bring him up with a round of applause.
Brother was introducing me. I didn't know who he was talking about. I was looking around. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent and the Merciful, the one true living God who came to us in the person of Master Farrakhan Muhammad. We thank him over and over again for his mercy and his blessings to the human family. Any time our people go astray from the path of God, so far from God's path that right seems wrong and wrong seems right, it is incumbent on that God to raise up in the midst of those people one who would lead, teach, and guide, put them on the right track, and putting them on the right track, put them back in the favor of God. We thank Allah for Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who was here walking among us for 44 years, raising up in our midst a dead nation, a people according to the scripture who was styled as no people at all.
That's right.
We thank Allah for Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and we thank him for preparing that student who was with us today.
Yes, sir.
That star in our midst that has no equal. That bold line who is roaring throughout America and indeed throughout the world. We thank him for the Honorable Minister Farrakhan.
Yes, sir.
And for his great guidance to us, telling us in 1972, wherever you see him, look at him. Wherever he tells you to go, go. And wherever he tells you to stay from, stay from. He said he would get you safely across to the other side.
Yes, sir.
And I'm one as our brother before us, Brother Kirk, Brother William, came before you all. We're all students in the classroom.
That's right.
And we are here to bear witness to the greatness of those black men who have been raised in our midst, showing us the God potential that we have in ourselves. Is that right?
That's right.
There's no reason to talk about great men if we don't have that great potential in ourselves. Is that right? So we're very honored to be here. I want to apologize for being late. We was late getting into the city and moved around a little bit, and was lost and was late getting here after getting to the city. But we are here to deal with the subject, or to continue to deal with the subject. Why did the Jews kill Jesus? Very interesting topic. And dealing with this topic, I know a lot of us have been introduced to the Bible. A lot of us go to church. We've heard people talk about the Bible, right? Many of us have even read the Bible.
That's right.
How many people read the Bible? Raise your hand.
The whole Bible.
But most of us have not studied the Bible. And that's where the problem comes in at. Because most of us have not studied the Bible, there's a lot in there that we don't know or that we don't understand. Why do I say that? We have two problems. One problem is most of us don't study. The second problem is most of us who think that we study haven't really been taught how to study properly.
That's right.
On top of that, understand that before this book was given to us, It was not in this form.
What form was it in?
The Catholic Bible from which this Bible comes has 73 books. The Protestant Bible, which is the Bible that most black people use, has 66 books. So that means you are already starting off in the journey saying that you want to know who God is and you want to know His Word. You're already starting off on the journey half full because some of the books have already been taken from you. On top of that, before it was even translated by the 46 scholars who translated under King James, they didn't want the common man like me and you to have the book and to know what was in the book. So they had to go into the book before they gave it to us and use the scholars to doctor the book up, to water it down, to dilute it. So most who study the book or most who preach from the book don't have the original power that was contained in the book before it was diluted. Come on now, talk back to me. So how are we now taking this book and using this book, not even talking about the Quran, but we're using this book now to raise the consciousness of a whole people? How are we able to do that?
Come on.
We're able to do that using the framework of the teachings of Honorable Muhammad, a man that we say was taught by God face to face like a man talked to his friend.
That's right.
We said God came to America, met with the Honorable Muhammad, and taught him day and night for 3 years and 4 months. What is the evidence of that? Are we just throwing out some dogmatic rhetoric? Or do we have evidence? Can we prove what we're talking about?
Prove it.
We're not here on no dogma.
That's right.
The Bible said that when the Son of Man comes, He will weigh the earth. He will give you those dimensions. We have something in the Nation of Islam called actual facts. 20 actual facts. And every year the scientists, the scholars, the top people of the world have moved their numbers closer to our numbers.
That's right.
A man with less than a third grade education built an $80 million empire and created black men, raised up black men who are not the envy of the world. Tell me that God didn't come. All the science that they are using now, from the clone to the genetic engineering, came from that man and the seeds that he was dropping throughout America.
What?
Come on now. You know when a man is this because his lights off, and you come back and lights on, you know the light man came, right? Yeah, we're here because the light man came. Make no mistake about it. We just didn't pop up out of thin air, abracadabra. We're here because a man met with God and a man was taught by God, and now we're standing before you today. Saying that we can crack the code on this book. When we talk about why was this Jesus killed 2,000 years ago, my brother mentioned that there were 4 Jesus. That's true. One of the main reasons why the man who was here 2,000 years ago got in trouble was because the Jews, those scientists, those scholars of religion, had studied the Torah. And they knew that when the Messiah would come into the world, he would absolutely crush and destroy their influence. The Jesus of 2,000 years ago did not do that. We are 2,000 years after his death, and the same Jews that killed him are running the world.
What? Prove it.
Go in your pocket. Take your dollar bill out. Don't this control the world?
Amen.
Talk back to me.
Come on.
Yes.
Ain't we killing each other about this?
Yes.
Don't we control politicians with the dollar?
Yes, sir.
Don't tell me that don't control the world. Well, who name on it?
Uh-oh.
In God we trust.
Go to the top of it. This used to be a silver certificate. See, back in Jesus' time, when banking first started, people didn't want to tote around a whole lot of gold. So they met some Jews called the goldsmiths.
Uh-oh.
The goldsmith started the banking system. You don't want to be toting around all these coins. You come to us, put your gold coins over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to give you a certificate. This certificate is going to say that your money is over here. You ain't got to tote it all around. And what they found out that over a course of period of time, only so many people would come and demand all the money that they had, all the gold that they had at one time. So they started floating this paper. Long before America even got established.
Preach, Muhammad.
America got established, the founding fathers. Thomas Jefferson, one of the things that they were against were the Jews taking over the country, because they understood that the Revolutionary War, the Boston Tea Party, where they took the 13 original colonies, took the tea that was being taxed and dumped it in the harbor. Because England was taxing the people hard. Had the people under the yoke of slavery. And they were doing it because the same Jews that killed Jesus took over their banking system, took over their means of printing money. So Thomas Jefferson and 56 of the signers of the Declaration of Independence, they put it in the Constitution that the Congress should be the only ones that have the right to print money and issue means of credit.
Uh-oh.
And to prove to you that slavery still exists.
Yes, sir.
In 1913, off of Jekyll Island, off the coast of Georgia, big, powerful money banking Jews met with selected members of Congress and pushed through Congress on December the 22nd of 1933, the Federal Reserve Act, taking over the means of printing your money and the means of issuing credit.
Uh-oh.
Is there a historical biblical reference to this? Yes.
What is it?
The only time that Jesus became valid in the Bible that's documented throughout Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John was when he did what? He went into the temple and he beat the hell out of them damn Jews that were in the temple, and they called them what? Money changers, right?
Right.
Come on, talk that to me.
Come on.
This ain't just started.
Come on.
This is one of the main reasons why they crucified Jesus, because he started messing with their mind.
Uh-oh.
When Farrakhan tell you not to go over there and smoke that dope that the Jews putting out that's making black men homosexuals.
All right, say it. You right.
Yeah, they went up there into the laboratory and cooked up some stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of the brothers, you see the movie Moonlight, somebody tried to warn you. See the two young brothers on there smoking weed, then they started making love to each other, right? But we don't watch movies like that. We don't think there's a damn connection. The Jews at that time had a silver coin that was called the half shekel of the sanctuary. You had to have this particular coin in order to pay your tithes when you went to the temple.
Uh-oh.
So the big, powerful Jews cornered the market or monopolized the half shekel of the sanctuary, which was supposed to be used in the service of God to pay tithes. And they upped the price. How much that car really cost that you bought? How much that house really cost that you bought? Are you paying 3 times what it costs to the Jews at the bank? Just to say you got some bling bling and some bling bling? And now you got to work hard just to pay for something that ain't what you really bought it for?
Right.
They still in control. That's how we know that Jesus of 2,000 years ago was not the Messiah, because the Messiah has a particular assignment. He's anointed and appointed by God with power and influence to crush out Satan and his influence. They knew that. So this guy might be from God, but he ain't got the juice. Take him out the game. We're dealing with the same thing now. When they took him to Pilate, it was the scribes and the Pharisees and the elders They didn't want to kill him themselves. You know how cowards is, they don't want to put no work in. But they want to maneuver and manipulate somebody else to put the work in.
Yeah.
So what they did was they got him on false charges.
Right.
False charges.
Right.
Used the government, used the police to arrest the man. Took him to a man by the name of Governor Pilate. Governor Pilate, responsibility was to make sure that the execution went down. But when they took him to Pilate, Pilate said, look, first thing his woman warned him. Said, look, that man don't mess with you. I've suffered great things in a dream. Don't mess with that man. So Pilate said, look, I find no fault with this man. He's
No
the governor,
fault.
the politician. But who he being controlled by? Who the folks up there at the state capitol being controlled by? The people with the money. So if you're looking 2,000 years ago and you're not relating scripture to what's going on right now, you missed the whole point.
Right.
That's why they crafted the Bible when they rewrote. They did it the way they did it to make you think that something happened way back then and you're missing what's going on right now.
Yes, sir.
You're missing it. So they took him. The governor said, no, I don't find no fault with this man. Listen to this. After they kept pressing him, they riled the people up. My brother talked about Bill Cosby. We know Bill Cosby to be a good man.
That's right.
We don't find no damn fault with him. But over the last several years, some of us have changed our opinion about our brother based upon the writing of the scribe.
Right.
The scribe was right. Them folks on the news, some of us, anything we read in the paper, we believe. White man said, yeah, this nigga did it, man, it was in the paper.
Right.
Like the white man can't lie in the paper.
Yes.
Everything we see on TV, we believe it. We never get a chance to hear our brother.
Right.
We never get a chance to hear him, let him defend himself, because it's the white man always saying what's going on. And we sucked it up. So over the years, you've seen some of our opinion change about Bill Cosby. Same thing happened to Jesus. 3 days before the man was crucified, there were people with him that were saying, Hosanna, Hosanna. That was praising the man. He's a good man. He's helping the people. He's feeding the people. He's healing the folks. He's calling the folks that can't see. He's a damn good man. So yeah, we're going to praise this brother. It's a good brother. 3 days later, the same people that said that was how to crucify him. Kill him. What happened in those 3 days? Done Elijah Muhammad said concerning the war Armageddon is a war that settles it. It's the final war that ends all other wars. It said that it's a war to be fought in the sky. That both has a physical and a spiritual meaning.
Yes, sir.
Elijah Muhammad said for every physical reality, there's a spiritual reality. So as you see planes and you see these countries moving with their heavy arsenal getting ready to go to war, there's also a war taking place here, right now, as I'm talking to you.
Right.
The Elijah Muhammad said that the war of Armageddon is a war for the hearts and the minds of the people, but the stakes of that war is their lives.
Whoa.
That settles everything. There ain't number two sides to be on. You on God's side,
That's right.
and when you're on God's side, those who are standing up to speak truth to power, just like that Jesus in the Bible did, you on that side or you on the other side.
Yes, sir.
What the niggas hardly crucifying? A good man. It ain't no straddling the fence.
Right.
And a war, I won't be over here. Most of these Jews have no claim to Abraham, who's a black man. They're what you call usurpers. They have stolen our birthright, yours and mine. And now they're claiming to be Jews. Well, my brother explained that the Jew was a person who has a covenant relationship with God. A Jew is a moral person. But are these people who are running the banks and controlling America, are they moral people?
No, sir.
Both the Bible and the Quran speaks against usury. All of them do that. And as I said, they control it all. Rothschild, who claimed to be Jewish, financed the Civil War, the Revolutionary War. This family, Rothschild, who sits at the top of the 13 families of the Illuminati that's controlling it all and pulling all the strings, have been involved in all the major wars and have made money. So when you sign up for the military to be patriotic and take your country, and you go over there and get your leg blowed off, your arm blowed off, come back with PTSD, or you come back with your body blown to pieces in a casket, understand you've been picked. I ain't cutting no corners now, doctor.
Wow.
No need.
Because somebody made money off you dying
That's right.
for a lot. So you've been pimped.
That's right.
So this message that we give you is to get you off the whole block. Being a damn prostitute for the white man.
Come on, man.
Every time you think you get something, they moving, and you think it's something for you, you never get a damn thing.
That's right.
Look at the governor's race. You see these folks moving around the state. I listen to them. They don't got a damn thing for black folks in the hood. Democrats running for governor, they ain't got nothing. They ain't came to us and told us nothing they gonna do for us in the hood. But we just like some, maybe we going down there and vote for Bowser. We don't demand nothing. We like prostitutes.
That's right.
And that's how they treat us.
That's right.
So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan is commissioning us to move throughout Arkansas to raise the consciousness of our people
Yes, sir.
so that they won't be prostitutes no more.
Right. That's right.
You can't get this message nowhere else. There's not a preacher in your city that can teach you what we're going to teach you.
That's right. That's right.
Don't make him a bad guy.
My brother, what did my brother say? He said when he was president of NAACP, that they said, can't go hard like that, can't be revolutionary like that.
Right.
Because the corporate sponsors will pull their money.
Right.
Brother, I ran into the same problem in our city.
Yes, sir.
When we were pushing a petition to get one of the white aldermen that called the black sister police chief in Pine Bluff a black bitch and called her brother a coon.
Wow.
We were pushing him to resign. And they did a big meeting with the NAACP in our city. And one of the sisters who was the past president said, we can't go out to Bill Brummett. We don't need to go after him because if we go after him, Simmons Bank ain't gonna give us no money. All these niggas that you think are leaders have sold out. So we said Farrakhan is the last man standing and definitely standing with Farrakhan.
Come on.
And ain't one of them that won't take money.
Right.
Not a one.
That's right.
Because it's not within their framework. See, that's something that we give it when it comes down to the teaching of Honorable Elijah Muhammad that breaks the cycle. When it comes down to the truth, we don't give a damn about your money. Minister Farrakhan was offered millions of dollars to leave America and to go to Mecca and to teach what we're teaching you all, and he didn't sell out.
That's right.
Still right here.
Yes,
with his
sir.
people.
Poor people.
Right.
When it did the Million Man March in 1995, he called for 1 million black men to come to Washington, D.C., and 2 million showed up.
That's right.
The military came. They had tanks under the ground, and they said, if anything go down, Farrakhan, we got a route for you to escape. Because the white folks, the Jews, everybody was shaking in their boots. Bill Clinton took his butt down to Texas. The Congress shut down. The Supreme Court wasn't hearing no case. he shut the government down. One black man.
That's right.
You tell me he's not from God. And we not from God, where he from? Shut it down. They said, look, if something go down, all them black folks out there who scared, look, if something go down, we got a little tunnel you can escape. He said, no, if something going down, I'm going to die with my people.
All right.
Tell me how many leaders you got that's going to say that and be on that and stand on it.
That's right.
The scriptures of the Bible says this. Listen. Watch the scripture come.
What did it say?
It said concerning Jesus, it said that they wanted to take him. But they feared the people.
That's right.
And in 1972, when the police stormed the mosque in New York City, Muhammad Temple number 7, Minister Farrakhan was a minister. He was the top official of that mosque. In his office with his secretary. And police in a shoot. Boom, boom, boom. Brother got up. Most of us, somebody shoot, we gonna run the other damn way. You know that. You know we gonna run the other way. Brother got up, secretary got up, he told the sister, stay where you at. Going downstairs, he said, one of the brothers was running upstairs. He said, brother, minister, don't go down there, they shooting down there. He said, man, I don't know where that brother was. But the sister was right behind him. He had to restrain the sister physically, put hands on her to get her to go back up. Because he said, a man can't take care of business as a man when he got to be concerned about whether the sister's going to get hurt. So he saw her back up in the office. He went down, he said the first thing he saw was when he went down in the basement, he saw a gun. Instead of gun, was smoking. Walked down. No fear. But when you know God.
Come on. That's right.
Walked down, told the brother with the hands up, put your hands down.
That's right.
As the whole scenario is playing out, remember what the scripture said? They wanted to take him, but they feared the people.
That's right.
Let's make it real in real time.
That's right. Come on.
As the scenario is playing out, there's an officer dead, killed. Because we don't have a weapon, but goddamn, we're going to fight if we run out of here. We're going to fight. And we're going to see who got the God on whose side. We're going to fight. Don't give a damn about you having no gun or who you are. We're going to fight. And with the help of Allah, we're going to be successful. Come on. As this scenario is playing out, thousands of people have come out and surrounded the mosque. Black folk. Because see, every day the minister would go to his office and get ready. He would go out and interact, shake hands, and deal with the people. Brothers that was out there shooting dope and smoking dope. He was showing love. So these people loved him. People surrounded him. And they said, bring Farrakhan out. We want to see him. And if one hair on his head is hung, we're going to tear this up. So they wanted to take the minister to jail. But you know what they said? Can you lead us out? And in Times Magazine, the minister, 1972, standing on top of a car. There's a big picture of it in Time Magazine. The people everywhere.
What are you telling?
Officer said, can you bring the men? Can you come down to the station and bring the men? The minister showed up and he didn't bring the brothers.
That's right.
They put charges on the brothers, but the charges didn't stick.
Right.
See, when you see that type, you don't see it. When you see that type of movement, don't think that God is coming. God is present.
That's right. That's right.
God is present.
That's right.
We could not do the work that we do in the community if we didn't know God.
That's right.
When Chavez Carter was killed in Jonesboro, shot in the back of the head, they searched the brother twice, put him in handcuffs. He wound up shot in the back of the head. We went down there. And the second time we went down, there was a brother, his closest friend, was in jail. The police had went to Pearl and with military weapons had surrounded a trailer and pulled him out. They wanted to tie him in to that murder and all of this national controversy that was going on at the time. And they put the brother in jail and we met his mother. And there were three of us, Brother Charles, was at the back, a brother out of South Haven, Mississippi by the name of Kareem Ali. And I didn't even think about it at the time. We went to Pearl Group. 3 brothers, 1 sister. Went into the police department. Police department packed with white folk there to visit, and we coming in an all-white county. Nothing black there. Police raising hell, they mad at the brothers for sleeping with the college girls. And it's called a sun in that area all around it, they call it sundown town. Go and study where the sundown town is. You can study it. But we went in there and we demanded, we want to see the brother, we want to hurl his head home.
Yes, sir.
And they put us in front of all these white folk, put us ahead, took us back there, for Charles and myself and Kareem and the sister, took us back to the safe. And made sure that we got a chance to talk to the brother, made sure that he was all right. That's why we telling you all. Farrakhan is the last man standing.
Last man.
Sir.
He is the last man standing. He is reproducing himself in us.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
The closer we get to his example, the more of a man we become.
Right, sir.
Right?
Right.
And in closing, I'm going to say this. Go and read Psalms 82.
That's right.
Psalms 82 is very short, but though that Psalms sums up our work on a global level. It deals with God standing up in the council among the gods. And some of the gods of the nation are being condemned for being wicked rulers. And so now there's a war going on. We are a part of that war. That war is what? For what? The hearts and the minds of our people first, and then the world, because the whole world is under the curse of these Jews, who are very, very powerful. They control governments. These wars in Syria, they're trying to go into Iran. These wars are to take the natural resources of the people. If they can't get it through taking control of their money, then what they do is they finance governments to go and topple that nation, and then they put in charge pawns that they want to put in charge. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. Exactly. So, however you all been listening, I thank you for listening, and I leave you as I came in peace. I sound like Brother William, please. Before we close out, my brothers, sisters,
I got you.
you have heard my brother William here and myself, who have came before you as confirming with God's presence in the world and the process that He is initiating in 2 men and now in us through those 2 men and the brothers that proceed and our sisters. How many of you are here this is your first time coming to a meeting like this? See about short.
Oh,
Now we know that as we was talking to you, there was a conversation in your head going, trying to weigh in what we're saying. How many of you all think that what you heard is good for us as a people, that we know what's being taught? Let me see about short.
uh-oh.
The final question is, most of us say that if we was there when Moses was on the scene, we would be with Moses and Aaron with his rod. Opening the Red Sea up, trying to liberate the children of Israel. Most of us say if we was with Jesus, it wouldn't just have been 12 disciples, it would have been 13, because we'd have been in 13 one. We'd have been riding with the man. We wouldn't have let him be out there on his own, trying to save the people. So my last question is, those of you all who have heard the truth, you believe that it's good for us as a people. How many of you all are willing today to stand up and support that truth and to ride with the brother who is... So what we would like to do is, we are an extension of Minister Farrakhan is not here. God willing, he will will get a chance to meet him. But we want to invite you all up to shake your hand. And this is the brother here who is in charge of this city in terms of what we do.
Come on, Brother Tim.
And he is here to walk you all through the process, through the study. And we are extension, so if we need to come down anytime, he could call us in. We need to sit down if it's something that needs to be explained, or we want to go out in the community to get our people. Whatever it is, we are here as servants to help you all in this process. So please, y'all come up for a second. Let me shake your hand.
Hey.
I definitely want to shake your hand because I don't know, one of y'all might be the next brother traveling with Minister Farrakhan anywhere in the world.
That's right, young soul Joseph.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all just stand back there, please. Okay. So my brother here is going to, y'all make sure that you all get Brother Tim information. So he's going to walk y'all through the process, man. And what this is about is, it's about becoming warriors.
That's right.
There's a lot of things that we need to learn as a preacher.
That's right.
And this starts that process.
That's right.
I talked to you all about, I'll be in Little Rock. What day am I be in Little Rock today?
The second Wednesday.
The second Wednesday in next month. And I made a statement about the marijuana turning brothers gay. We're going to go into the science of it. Science behind it. Okay? There's a real science. They have, the Jews have scientifically worked it so hard, they could make a man a homosexual before he born, before he come out the womb of the mother. We're going to go into the science of that on the second Wednesday of next month in Little Rock. So, and if you all can't get up there, you all should be able to tie into the brother's Facebook page and be able to watch it and take notes. And if you have questions, you can always shoot your questions to him. And I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability on the spot. And if we can't answer, we know somebody that can get you an answer. We don't know everything. The students in the classroom too. But whatever questions you have, we do have answers. We have answers. If we don't have them in our head, we got somebody that can get it, even if we have to go all the way up to Minister Farrakhan to get the answer.
Praise.
All right. So y'all give y'all some hands.
One more thing before we go. We're tasked with the responsibility of making sure that this information gets throughout the state of Arkansas and facilitate